So last class we have seen how to create the project, okay, with a specific location. Today also I'll go with a particular topic. So how to create environment and see in a particular folder we can have any number of projects, okay. For example, let's say I'll be creating a project. I'll be creating a folder. Let's say for this. Mm, let's call it as P1. Okay. Project 1 I'm creating. For this project 1, let's say one more project I'll be creating. P2. Different two projects I have created. Okay. And if I go for VNV, I need to install it. Okay. So what I need, pip install virtual env, right? Okay, install. So already it is there. Okay, now I'll be activating the virtual environment. For that, what I need, virtual env, and let's say the name of this venv. So immediately there is a venv folder has been created. Got it? Okay, will take some time. Yeah, got it? Connected. Now what should I write here? venv, your name of the virtual environment, then scripts slash activate. What it is saying? From venv there is a scripts and the activate. Let's what we are getting here. Okay. Why it is. After installation, we have taken this venv, right? Only right. Insert this, insert the Django. Here itself we have venv. And why it is not running? venv is not recognized as internal external. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll go one more time, venv slash scripts and activate. Now activated. Okay, I think I have used wrong slash over there. Okay, activated. Right, now what I will do, I'll create a project. Okay, now you can see here Django has the venv and two different uh, folder I have created. Okay, so I need to go for P1. Okay, let's say CD and I'll go for P1. So now we are inside the P1. If I go for now here we need to check whether we have our Django or not. In P1, sorry, pip freeze. So you can see there is nothing. Okay, there is no Django we have here, right? So what I will do is I will install the Django here. Install Django. Pip install Django here. Right, once it get installed, so you can see in P1 immediately once we sorry, we need to start the project. Wait. Django installed. Okay, now if you want to see, you can see it here. Pip freeze, we have the Django here, right? Okay, so what I'll do, I will start the project. Django hyphen admin start project and the project name. Okay, let's say P1. So now you can check inside the P1, inside the P1 folder, there is one more folder we have, right? And there is one more folder we have, that is P1, right? Which is having this many py file, okay, which is also having .py manage.py file, right? And if I go for, let's go for P2 as well, okay. Um, what we should do, this. I think there is a. Let's go back to this. Here also we are going to follow the same, right? I'll go for first check for the freeze sorry, pip freeze, and you can see there are, we have the particular this we can say libraries we have, but it is a system library. Okay, we have to go for our virtual environment, right? So I'll start the virtual environment. How to do that? Virtual, I'll go for venv. Okay, and this, that is scripts slash, I'll go for what, activate. Acha, okay, I need to go for I need to go back to this. Now Django we have, I'll go for, now we can activate it, and let's go back to cd of that is P2. Okay, P2. Now in P2 we have, that means it is a project folder 2, and again I'll go for what, as we don't have particular Django in this P2 folder, so you can check freeze. You can see there is, acha, there we have in P2 also we have the Django folder, Django particular library. So what I'll do, pip, not pip, I'll start the project directly. Okay, Django hyphen admin start project with, let's say, p2. Okay, project is started. Now you can check here in p2 there is one more p2. Inside of this there is a file. Okay, that one thing you have to understand, that for each and every p2 or p1 we need to create a separate venv file, because if I go inside of this, if I want to go inside of this, it is not following the venv of p1. If I try it directly, if I go for this p2, what it said, when I try to make the venv inside of this p2, it said it is not an internal and external command, right? Because we have venv outside of p1 and p2, not inside, right? Because what I'm trying to say here, p1 and p2 has a two different project, right? P1 and P2 are what? Two different projects and should have two different virtual environment. Understood? For this, what I will do, let's remove all this. Okay, let's. Okay, P2 is still running, right? So there is nothing. So I will just close this. Close it. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, in this Django folder I'm going to create now, let's say I'll be creating one more package one, p1, project one. Okay, inside this project one, how we can create the virtual environment, and let's create one more, two different, manually also we can do, right? Manually also we can do, take the virtual environment folder to each and every folder, that is also okay. But what I will decide, define now, in the p2 folder, sorry, in the p1 folder, what I will do, I will install, as we can see here, inside of the p1 we don't have any virtual environment, right? You can check here, inside of p1 we don't have anything, right? So I will install pip install virtual env. Now separately we are making the virtual environment to p1 and p2. Okay, requirement satisfied. Now what I will do, I'll go for activating the virtual environment. Okay, now you can check here. Acha, virtual env, let's say venv. Instead of venv you can take any name. Okay, so here you can say created. Check it. For this particular project we have the virtual environment created here. Okay, now what I will do is, as we for p1 we have, I'll go for venv hyphen slash scripts slash activate, right? Activated. Okay, now in this you have to install what? There is nothing. Okay, you can check here in p1 folder, there is nothing. Now you have to install what? Django. Okay, sorry, pip install Django installed here. Okay, are you able to understand? Right, see, because virtual environment should have its own package project. When you are working in one project, okay, that environment should be a separate environment. When you are working in another project, that project should have a separate virtual environment. Okay, because you are working in a particular environment, right? The environment should not belongs to all the projects. Understood? Okay, so for that what I have done, I have created a virtual environment for p1 here itself. Okay, now what I will do is, in this p1 I will go forward creating a project. But if I create a project again, inside this P1, one more file will create, a folder will create. Inside that P1, again one more folder will create. Okay, are you trying to understand? Because already we have P1, right? We don't want one more folder. We want direct one, that folder and the py manage .py file where we can run the file, right? What I will do is I'll use Django hyphen admin start project with the same name you take. P1 is the folder name and you write the dot here. Give the dot here. Because if you create like this, check it. If you create like this, inside P1 folder there is one more folder, inside this P1 folder there is one more folder. Understood? Clear it is. So that what I don't want. I don't want here like that, right? What I will do, just take a dot here that says inside of this P1 folder itself I will create the folder of the file which is having all the files and the manage.py file. Are you able to understand? Is it clear? Okay, right? I will explain you what are these files we have, but not now. For a while, you just keep away of this. And now you manage.py, you can run the server. How to run the server? There is a command that already we are in P1 folder, right? In P1 folder, we have the manage.py, right? Now what I will do, Python manage.py run server. Now you can see the server has been started. Now you can check here, the server is running. Clear it is. Python server is running. How? Because we got the particular port number and we got the particular server here. Understood? That means what I'm trying to say, wherever you have the manage.py, for that particular folder itself, you have to keep in your command prompt. Did you understand? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. So here you can see that what I have written inside the P1 folder. But what if you use that particular syntax of not taking .p here? Again, it will create one more folder. We have to go to that folder. Yes or no? Okay. To make a one folder application project, what you have to do, within the particular folder, make a dot after the project name. You can use this Django admin start project p1 space dot. Dot indicates that in that folder itself you have to create the project folder. That's it. So in this particular case, in the P1 folder itself, you are creating what? One more P1 folder, that is your project folder, and separately you are not creating a folder. Here itself you have the manage.py and dbsqlite. That means the database connectivity. Okay, later on we will see what is this database connectivity. And inside this P1 folder we have the files here. Clear it is? The difference is there, right? And now let's see same thing as we are working with each and every time we are going to work with projects. Okay, different projects. You must have a knowledge of creating the file in VS Code as well. Creating a folder in VS Code as well. So what I will do, I will choose the same. Let's go to Django 12 p.m. Here I'll take a new folder. Let's say I'll be taking Django project. Okay, Django project, and let's open this. Now you can see up to now Django project has no particular file, right? Folder, right? So I'll create a folder inside this. I'll create a folder, let's say P1 folder. I'll create one more folder called P2 folder. I'll create, sorry, not this. Okay, so let's say I'll work with the p1 folder here itself. Okay, new terminal, go to new terminal, open it with cd of p1. Now I want the virtual environment inside the p1 itself. Okay, so what, you check it. If I go for pip install virtual environment, virtual env, okay, it is installing it. And then I'll go for what, activating of this. So venv as, okay, let me use it, virtual env of venv. Immediately it is going to create the virtual environment inside this. Check it, created. Inside this there is a folder called venv already created. Where? Inside the p1 folder, right? What I will do now, activate the virtual environment. How to do that? Tell me. venv, which is the folder name of virtual environment, slash scripts slash activate. Okay, what it is saying again, the activator is not working here. No, 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 no. Activator is not working, I don't know. Last class also we have got the same issue, right? Acha, acha, acha. Let me check it here itself. Okay, answer is open that drop down. I can choose select default, select command prompt. You can also set a remote send. Okay, let's go and try to do this. What I have to write? No, it's not working. Set the execution policy to. Okay, here we can work, right? Sorry, because it was taking PowerShell. There we haven't taken that. Same I will follow here. Install pip. Sorry, pip install virtual env. Okay, now I'll go for venv. Acha, already I have here, so no need of that. I'll activate directly venv slash scripts slash activate. Now activated. Okay, now it is working properly. Now I'll install the Django. Pip install Django. Okay. See why I'm showing you again and again, because it is quite a quite complicated way of installing the Django and all. So you should know how to install it, how to run it. Okay. When you understand how to run the particular project, how to start the server, then you can, later on we will see the more concept about the files of that, how many files you have. Okay, whatever the files you are going to see inside the project folder, that is most important. And then we will create a application, right, different application, and we'll connect the application with what project. Clear? Okay, now inside the project itself we are going to create the application folder. So here we have the Django we have installed. Okay, now I'll go for Django admin, Django hyphen admin, start project dot. Up till now we don't have any folder or files here, right? Start project. Now I'll say what, let's say my project name is again p1 space dot. That means again in p1 folder one more folder is going to create and one more file is going to create, that is manage.py. And with p1 folder, check it, inside this p1 we have the p1 folder with also manage.py file is there. There is no multiple double folder are being created. Understood? There is no multiple folder has been created because we have chosen what dot here. Dot says within the particular folder itself create one folder which is going to keep all the files and one file that is a manage.py. That's it. You can see here all the files in it, ASGI, setting, URL and WSGI we have. Am I clear with this? Okay. Now you can run the server directly. How to run the server? Python manage, you can use py also. Okay, py manage dot py, and next is run server. That's it. I can see the server has been initiated. Okay, now you can check, click, and server is running now. Are you able to understand this? Same thing you can also do. What you can do is, now as we can see here that server is running in the port number 8000. You can change this 8000 because somewhere sometimes what happens is that port number may be busy. Sometimes that port number may stay busy, okay, for a while. At that point of time, if you try it again and again, you will get an error. So you can change your port number as well. Okay, you can change your port number as well. How to do that? Let's say again I'll be running the manage.py run server. Here I will say, let's say 4000. This particular manage.py is going to run the server in which port? 4000. Now before that it was running in what? 8000. Yes. Now if I change this, now you can see here the port number is what? 4000. And if you run this, now you can see here also the port number is what? 4000. Are you able to understand? Okay. So why we have done this? Because sometimes the server is busy. Okay. When the server is busy, you can choose your own port number here. Clear? Is it clear, Bobby? Everyone, Ishwar. Okay. This is one thing we have seen today. So now the step again, I would call it as a pro step. Pro step says what? First step is Ganesh. How to create a project? Tell me the first step. Okay. Virtual environment. Using what? Ishwar. Anil. Raju. Pip install virtual environment. Next. VENV. VENV is not, see, again I'll tell you. virtual environment, whenever you are installing virtual environment, the command would be virtual env. Okay, but when you try to use that virtual environment, you can give any name. Okay, what command you have to write? Virtual env space the name of the virtual environment. Name could be anything you can give, but make sure that the folder what you have kept for the virtual environment should only have one virtual environment. That too, that virtual environment should belongs to that project folder itself. Okay, you should not create the common virtual environment, because when you are creating common virtual environment, what will happen? That environment could also go for P1, could also go for P2, could also go for so many projects. Okay, and we will get confused for which virtual environment or for which project the virtual environment is running. Are you able to understand? Okay, so for that, what you have to do, create the project folder. There itself you install the virtual environment. Okay, okay, now after installing virtual environment, sorry, okay, you have activated the virtual environment. No, you have just created the virtual environment. Activation, sorry, no. Pip install freeze is just to see how many libraries we have. Pip freeze, not install. Pip freeze is just to see what, how many libraries we have. You check it. We don't use pip freeze. Okay, for any particular thing here. Check it. Pip, clear it. Pip freeze. The command is used to check how many libraries we have in a particular folder. Check it. How many we have? 4 we have. Among them we have one more called Django. That is what we need, right? Okay, that these are the parts. Okay, so this pip phrase is only used for what? Checking how many libraries we have inside it. Okay, now next okay, you do one thing, I'll do one thing. See, I'll create, not here, just taking this. Okay, I'll create one more P2. Okay, created the folder. Now tell me what should be the. I'll say cd, go back to. Okay, I will deactivate it. Okay, deactivate. So deactivated. Now tell me what should I do. I already have came to the Django project. Okay. Now the project name is, new project name is P2 here. Okay. So I'll just now, yes, online also you can also answer it. Okay. Next, what should I do? Install the virtual environment. So first we need to come to the P2. So cd current directory, change directory to what? P2. Okay, P2 it is. So we came to the P2 now. Now what we have to do? How to do this? Shiva, pip install virtual env. Right. So now installed. Okay. Now next, Shiva. Sorry, Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby. Okay. Let me ask from online. Anil, you are here also, there also. Acha, this is different. Yeah. Money. Money. Are you there? You can use your mic as well. Okay. money. Vamsi, you are there? So many people are started leaving the class. Okay, because I'm asking the question. Yes, Ashwini, go ahead. Virtual. Okay. Environment name. Tell me the any environment name. Okay, P2ENV. Okay, P2ENV we have taken. Right, P2ENV created. Inside what we have created? Inside the P2 folder. Okay, is it clear? Second step. First step to create the folder. Second step, install a virtual environment. Third step, create a virtual environment with any name. Okay. Fourth step is Ishwar. Fourth step, Raju. Huh. So P2 VENV. Okay, next. Okay. Scripts activate. So what it is saying, system cannot find the path. Is it so? P2ENV. P2 has P2ENV. Uh-huh. Yes, P2 ENV only we have written. I have taken VEN. Okay, done. Okay, so step 4 also completed. Next step, Anil, run server directly without creating project. Run server. Hmm. Ganesh. Hmm? See why I am asking so many times this, because you should involve in the class. Okay, because I know you are in the class but your mind is somewhere else. That's why you can't able to answer it, right? From the last 2 days I have been repeating this, because as a beginner when I was learning this I also faced the same issue. How to create it, how to run it, how to run the server, how to create the application. That is the most crucial point, where wherever you are learning Django, this is the most crucial point you have. When you learn these things, then you can easily create a project. When you create a project, you can easily link up different things. But if you don't know how to create project, if you don't know how to create virtual environment, if you don't know how to run the server, you can't go with Django, right? Yes or no? Okay. So when you are coming here, if you are investing your energy, okay, please concentrate properly, open your mind, okay, be concentrated in the subject, then only you can do anything. Otherwise, better to stay in hostel. Why to waste your time? Okay, because I'm also giving my energy to you, right? I'm also wasting my energy to you. So if I don't get any output, if I don't get any reply from you, that would be more concerning, right, for me, Raju. Okay, right. Next is what, as we have inside the virtual environment. Next, Ashwini, go ahead. What should I install? Install the Django. How to install? Am I writing correct? Pip install. So pip install Django. As this inside this, there is no Django, right? You could have checked this first. We could have checked this first as well. Okay. So pip freeze says what? Libraries. Okay. If I would have gone for this previously before installing this, I would get what? No libraries, zero libraries. Okay. But now I have installed the Django. Now I'll get what? If I go for pip freeze, I can say there are some libraries present inside the P2 environment. This environment has been created for P2 and we are working inside of this environment. So if I go outside of the environment, there is no Django file. There is no Django library. Are you able to understand? Okay. So if I try to without this P2 env, if I try to go for Django, there is no Django library. Are you able to understand? See, this is a class. Okay, this class is created for Python. You can sit outside also, but where you are sitting? You are sitting inside, right? So you are working inside. You should be inside of this for learning Python, right? For learning Django. Okay, but if you go outside, there is no Python classes going on. Is there any meaning of sitting outside? No. You have to sit inside of this, right? So this virtual environment has the Python. Here itself we can run the Django code or run the server. Understood? Clear it is? Okay. Next step in P2, as we have downloaded the Django, we also have to start the project, because project is one where we are going to install our applications, or you can say create our applications, different applications, right? Hmm? So for that, what I'll use? Django hyphen admin space start project, and the name of the, that's why I told you, keep pen and paper ready every time and write it. Whatever I am telling you, write it. At least you should remember what I am saying. If see, these are the commands you have to understand, you have to know. Okay, even though let's say next day, tomorrow you have interview. Okay, you don't know anything about Django, but if you say, sir, I'm learning, still you are learning, right? If you say, sir, I'm learning, I know Python, I know front end part, but I don't know Django, because we are still in the learning stage of Django, right? So what you have learned, you will say, sir, just now we have started, how to start the project. They will ask how to start the project. If you keep silent, what they will say? You are lying. Yes or no? And that is going to be lead to have a bad impression. Okay, but for that you have to understand these many commands. So Django admin start project with the project name. What is the project name here? P2, right? We are working with P2. But if I directly go for P2, it will create one more folder. Inside of that folder, one more. I don't want that, right? So I'll go for what? P2 space dot. Now inside this P2 folder itself, it is going to create the manage.py and the project folder. Check it. Inside of this, we have manage.py and the project folder, that is what? P2 folder here. Inside of this, we have all the files. Am I clear with this? 100% clear? Clear? Bobby, Ishwar, Raju. Online. I think everyone left. Anil, Bhargav Reddy, Shiva Sairam and Vamsi. Are you able to understand? Or you guys are just having your lunch? Give me a confirmation, guys. And see, when you open this, when you get your project folder, and inside the project folder, when you get a manage.py, here these things we are not making anything. Once you start the project, immediately the project folder is being created inside the P2 folder, And that project folder, P2 folder, will also be having what? Manage.py. This manage.py only is responsible to run the server. That's why when we try to run the server, we try with Python, because all the files what we have inside the project folder are Python file. All the files what we have, whatever we have, see, manage.py, inside of this init.py, asgi.py, setting.py, urls.py, wsgi.py, all these are what? Py file. And manage.py, this is also what? Py file, right? So to run py file, what we know, we need, a separate command. Let's say example.py, I have said something to run in command prompt. What we need? Py space example.py. Yes or no? We used to run like this. Here also we are going to run the same. Py, and the file name is manage. So I'll go for manage.py. But if I run this, it is going to say some directory. Okay. Okay, we are in P. Okay, P2. Huh. Okay. Wait. Inside this P2, right here itself. Now you can see here py manage.py run server. So, sorry. Acha. That's why. Clear the screen first. Okay, so if I go for manage.py, only check it, manage.py file, and let's keep it away. Now you can see some things are there. Okay, commands, whatever commands we have here, let's say you can check start project. There is one more command called start app, start migration. What these are, I will tell you later on. When we work with the projects, when we work with the particular applications, then I will show you what is the command here. Okay, but for now, when you go for py manage.py, it is a file and you are executing this file, right? For execution, now to run the server, there is one more command you have to add, that is what? Py manage.py run server. That's it. And this run server will run the server in a specific location, or you can say URL, but it is taking what? Local host. You haven't chosen any domain, that's why it is taking what? Local host here. Clear it is? And that too, if you want your own port number, you can go for any port number here. Okay, 6767. Now it is running in 6767. Check it. Understood? Why do we need a port number to change? Why do we need to change the port number here, as we have entered 6767 as our port number? Why do we need that? Huh? If the server 8000 is busy, at that point you will use what? Different port number. Clear? Okay. This is what all about today's session. Tomorrow I will explain you the structure of this, that is init, ASGI, setting, URL and WSGI. What these are, and somehow you are not able to understand what actually it is until you go into the subject. Okay, what this ASGI, now you can see in init, what is it is. We will write some examples as well here. Okay, not now, I'll tell you how to write it later on. So init means what? Package. It creates the package. Ashwini, read the notes again and again. Okay, if you do like this, that would be more that will definitely, that will make me angry. So many times I have told you this. Underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py file always creates a package. So when you create this underscore underscore init, that means this py will be considered as one of the package here. Understood? Clear? ASGI. If you open this, there is a particular commenting they have given. ASGI is a callable, okay, as a module level variable called from application. Okay, now here it is importing from the django.core.asgi, importing get ASGI application, asynchronous server gateway interface. Now tomorrow I'll tell you what is the meaning of asynchronous and synchronous application. Okay, tomorrow I will give you a notes of this. But now you can see here, once we create the P1 file, P1 folder, automatically the project name is coming, P1.setting. Where it is going to check it from setting is a from P1. Are you able to understand? So what they have taken, check it in ASGI, they have called the setting module, this is env environment. Okay, environment, it is basically a pointer, it is okay, and set default, there is a function. Tomorrow I'll tell you each and everything about this, and which is also taking p1 dot setting. That means we are passing it, right? We are passing p1 dot setting. P1 is a folder name, setting is a file name. That's why I have taken, we have the Django has taken p1 automatically, we haven't written it. Okay, p1 dot setting here, and it is calling the callable object, that is application, which is calling get ASGI application, from where django.core.asgi. You maybe you won't be able to understand these things right now, okay, because this is new for you, right? Maybe you won't be able to understand this, right? So what you have to do, just you try to understand what ASGI does, what setting does, what URL does, what WSGI does. Okay, later on we will see, and also manage.py. Later on we will see in depth of what actually these many things are. Okay, anyway, I have the particular, if you check here, I have the particular notes for this. WSGI, callable mapping object, it is. Okay, mapping object in environment. It is a mapping object representing the string environment. Similarly, set default is one of the function. What is Django underscore setting underscore module? It is a environment variable. What is this import OS? Importing the OS module. What is this Django? It is a package. Core is a package. WSGI is a module. Get WSGI application is one of the function. Similar kind of thing also we have in ASGI.py. Okay, the only difference is ASGI works with both synchronous and asynchronous application. WSGI only works with the synchronous application. Understood? Or I would say vice versa it is. Tomorrow I'll explain you, okay, about this. And next is, if you check this particular thing, os.environment, whole this line says what? Defining setting module to the environment variable. I know you are a bit confused with these things, right? But later on, once we go through, then only we will be able to understand, okay? Because what I am showing you is proper sentence. But before learning ABCD, you can't be able to understand sentence, right? I'm showing you the sentence here. What is Django setting module? You can read this. Django uses the this environment variable to find the setting file for the project. And setting file is where? Here it is. Here you can check here what it is allowing. WSGI application, which is also having p1.wsgi.application. Now you can go and check it here. ASGI, this application. Okay, p1.asgi, your file name dot application. What it is calling? p1.wsgi.application from WSGI, not ASGI. Okay, so all the files are interrelated to each other here. Understood? So I'll be stopping it here. Tomorrow I will be explaining you the structure of this. Okay, and tomorrow itself I'll be showing you how to create the application in your project. Done? Okay, shall we stop? Okay, thank you so much, guys. So see you tomorrow. Have a great day. If you get any kind of doubt, you can ask me tomorrow. Just go through the video one more time and follow the rules what we have seen. Follow the steps to create the project. Okay, try to create it and let me know what are the things you have done. Will you do or not? Pakka. Okay, so I'll be here itself for the rest of the day. Okay, that means up to 6 p.m. I'll be here. Whenever you get any doubt, try to create it. Whenever you get doubt, come to me, ask me the question. Okay.